So is the crypto market about to take off? The answer is going to surprise you. A little bit of a mixed bag scenario here. Okay. So we have just gotten the latest inflation report. Good news. We're going to get into that. And we're going to talk about its impact on crypto. But I think there's an interesting scenario happening and playing out here. And that scenario is what I'm calling a decoupling, where we are seeing crypto basically decouple itself from the stock market and to an extent the inflation situation. We're going to dig into that in this video. As always, thanks for your support. Hit that subscribe button and definitely drop a like. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so take a look real quickly. Crypto market right now is basically down 0.84%, really flat, if you will. Not a lot going on. Now, Bitcoin is still holding itself above that, 30,000. In fact, well, there you go. I just dropped below that, but it's oscillating between that 30,000 mark. We had a major run up, where Bitcoin ran up. You can see it even right here in this chart. You can see on the right hand side where my mouse is, how it's moving up dramatically there. Okay. So again, I think this is a sign of better times to come. Now, to switch our focus to the big report we were waiting for today, which was the CPI, the Consumer Price Index report. And this is one of the main reports that gauges inflation, and it's slowing down or speeding up, if you will. And this is what the Federal Reserve looks at. This is what all the financial markets look at, and quite frankly, the crypto market. Now, I think that the price action was already kind of what I'm calling built in, right? From the standpoint of, I think that we were expecting a better, decent report, which we got, and I'll show you what it came into. Okay, so basically, look, that inflation has showed further signs of easing, meaning that it's going down. Good stuff. Okay. So the report showed that inflation rose only 0.1% over last month and 5% over the prior year in March. So February's report was 4% month and 6% gain. So basically what you need to know is that this number is smaller than this number, and this number is smaller than this number. Okay. And this number is the one you focus on because it shows that inflation is moving down. Now, the ultimate goal here is to get to a 2% target. The Federal Reserve wants this number, the CPI, to be 2%. Now, what I want to point out is that is a multi-year number. That's not a year that we're going to achieve in 2023. It's probably a 2024-ish, maybe, that kind of scenario. Okay. So this is good news. Okay, this is good news, right? Okay. Now, this is kind of where it's kind of a mixed bag, is that I think, well, Austin, if this is a great report, why didn't crypto bounce up and go up, dramatically? I think that's the question. That's the main question. And the answer is a little bit of a mixed bag. I think we've got a decoupling scenario here, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, where crypto is decoupling itself. And this is a good thing overall from inflation. Inflation is starting to not be as big of a factor to crypto. And I think you've got different scenarios playing out. I think that you've got still, and let me show you this real quickly. If we look at like what's going on, so this report's come out, right? And if you look at the overall kind of stock market, you can see this kind of, the stock market in itself is not even dramatically running really strong, right? You can see the Dow 30 is up 94, the Nasdaq's only up 9. Okay. And my point here is that this is almost a non-event, the CPI, because it showed again that things are cooling and that we're basically headed in the right direction. Now we get a PCE report, which is the third monthly report we get. We get that towards the end of the month. It's just another glimpse into kind of the inflation report. It's just another kind of variation on this CPI report, and it's probably going to show things are easing. At the end of the day, this is a good thing. At the end of the day, things are moving in the right direction, and it's good. And so I think you've got right now what's going on in crypto is you've got a kind of a cooling off period from the massive run up we had with Bitcoin and Ethereum running up, which spilled over somewhat into altcoins outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. But at the end of the day, I think this is a good news scenario. And I think the crypto market's getting poised to take off. There's reports coming out, like there's a report, and I'm going to do a video on it later today, that Bank of America is coming out and saying that Bitcoin and crypto looks like it's going to have, quote, room to run in 2023. So I think the landscape's starting to look good here. Remember, we got the Bitcoin halving event coming in April, May of 2024. Okay. And historically, what you see running up to a Bitcoin halving event, like right now, Bitcoin is at, let me see real quickly. So Bitcoin right now is trading at, like, again, they say call it 30,000. So where you see Bitcoin in leading up to this event would go up from, say, 30 to maybe 50, okay, pull back to, say, 35 to 40, and then run up to even 70 or 80,000, or maybe a little bit more as we get closer to April of 24. Okay, remember how Bitcoin moves. It'll go up, it'll pull back a little bit, then it'll go up even more, pull back a little bit, and then go up even more. And there are indicators that Bitcoin will be over 100,000 sometime, within 6 months or so of that halving event. Okay, we could see that, right? And so that's and if you look at the historical indicators and how Bitcoin's moved around the Bitcoin halving event, that's not out of the realm of possibility. And if you don't own Bitcoin, okay, it still pulls over and bleeds into Ethereum and all the major altcoins and everything else. That this is a good news, because when Bitcoin goes up, everything else could go up as well. And you'll see this market, the overall crypto market number, start to go up dramatically as well within that capacity. So yeah, I think the crypto market's about to take off. It's not going to happen in the next 5 minutes, but we're talking kind of a bigger macro view of this scenario here. So yeah, so the CPI report came in, showed that things are cooling a little bit better than expected. That's good news, right? And now we'll kind of continue to see how we play out from there. All right, I'll see you. Have a good one. Go make some money. Bye.